Clouds are fluffy white things in the sky. They're made of tiny water droplets or ice crystals. Clouds are important because they bring us rain and snow. They also help to keep the Earth cool by blocking some of the sun's heat. Clouds come in different shapes and sizes. Some clouds look like cotton balls, while others look like long, wispy streaks. The different types of clouds tell us about the weather. For instance, tall, dark clouds usually mean that a storm is coming. Knowing about clouds can help us understand the weather better. Before we can understand how clouds form, we need to know about the water cycle. The water cycle is how water moves around on Earth. It has three main parts: evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Evaporation is when water turns into vapor, which is like invisible gas in the air. When the sun heats up water in the lakes, rivers, or the ocean, it turns into vapor and rises into the air. Condensation is when water vapor in the air turns back into liquid water. This happens when the water vapor cools down. As the water vapor rises higher in the air, it gets colder and condenses into tiny water droplets. Precipitation is when water falls back to Earth from the clouds. This can be in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. When the water droplets in clouds get too heavy, they fall back down to Earth as precipitation. Now that we know about the water cycle, we can learn how clouds form. Clouds form when warm, moist air rises. As the air rises, it cools down. When the air cools to a certain temperature called the dew point, the water vapor in the air condenses into tiny water droplets or ice crystals. These tiny water droplets or ice crystals are so small and light that they can float in the air. But these droplets need something to cling to in order to form a cloud. That's where condensation nuclei come in. Condensation nuclei are tiny particles in the air, like dust, salt, or smoke. The water droplets, or ice crystals, attach themselves to these condensation nuclei and form clouds. There are many different types of clouds, but some of the most common are cumulus stratus and cirrus clouds. Cumulus clouds are the fluffy white clouds that look like cotton balls. They usually mean that the weather is fair. Stratus clouds are low, grey clouds that cover the sky like a blanket. They often bring drizzle or light rain. Cirrus clouds are high, wispy clouds that look like feathers. They are made of ice crystals and usually mean that the weather is going to change. By observing clouds and understanding how they form, we can learn a lot about the weather. It is important to study clouds and weather so that we can better predict storms and other weather events. Understanding weather helps us stay safe and make informed decisions about our day-to-day lives.